Well, since I didn't make a video last Sunday, and there was good reason, I forgot. Well, sort of forgot. And then I was going to make one during the week, and then I had a bunch of stuff. Not a bunch of stuff get done, but my dream run came through. I normally do this video outside to show you what I'm doing, but it's kind of chilly out there, and it's windy, and the truck's running, so I don't know how well the sound would be, but I can do this. Push this little button. I'm taking them three right there to Anchorage, Alaska. And most of you don't know me, but the few that do, Alaska is my happy place. I used to have dreams of retirement on condo, Pensacola Beach, Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Somewhere along the panhandle of Florida in a condo on a beach. That was my retirement dream. It really was. And it's a toss-up now. But Alaska, it speaks to my soul. I can't explain it. As my wife puts it, when I'm there, I'm not an asshole. Anyway, so I'm going to take those three up to Anchorage. I did have a little bit of a hiccup with the truck. The 2 days before I was getting ready to leave, noticed I didn't have any air conditioning. Look at the compressor, and the compressor clutch is engaged and spinning. However, no cold air. Shut the truck off, start digging around. Maybe I lost some Freon. Maybe there's a hole somewhere. And when I come back around to the driver's side of the truck, there's gooey stuff coming out of the clutch. And in true pack car fashion, we can't make a serviceable clutch. So there was $680 for a compressor. Had some work done to the trailer, as y'all may or may not have noticed. I got aluminum. So I'm going to say this. Y'all take it for what you want. I've given Absolute Fabrication time and time again the benefit of the doubt. It started with the fenders being mounted too high. Then the gooseneck hitch installed upside down and backwards. Then a tail light that they replaced because it was broke, but then it wasn't working, so I had to fix that. Had them install 2 extra plugs on the trailer, go to plug in, and the marker lights are on because they're tied into the 12 volt hot. So I dropped it off, and I'm like, all right, I can't really fuck this up. Installed two toolboxes. And put the marker lights on the marker light circuit, not the 12 volt circuit. Well, they did the plug for that trailer. Well, just behind this axle, there's a plug, and then there's a plug about here, and then there's a plug there. I got 3 on that lower deck. And they did. They fixed one of the 2, but they didn't fix the other one. So I fixed that yesterday. So now all 3 trailers are plugged in. They all have brake lights, turn lights, and marker lights. But anyway, I had Weaver Trailer Repair in Middlebury. That's what I took the trailer to, and had them go over the trailer. I don't think it was a bad price. Um, it was a little more than what I expected, but it is what it is. It was about $860. They removed the wheels and tires. They pulled the drums. They popped out the bearings. They cleaned the bearings, and they inspected them. They didn't just, oh yeah, it looks good. They literally washed them, cleaned them, looked at them, made sure that they didn't have any surface wear or whatever. Long story short, had 3 bad bearings. So basically for them, and it took them a day, which I'm not complaining at all. I dropped it off to them that night, and by the end of that business day, it was done. Or dropped it off Wednesday night. It was done Thursday by close. So what they did in that time is they basically pulled the wheels, tires, and drums off the axles, cleaned everything up, looked at all the surfaces. I got 4 new seals on the drum. I got 3 bearings replaced. They repacked the other bearings. They threw the trailer back together. And something I haven't seen: Shipshe, Monteith, Absolute, Penske. Anyone who's ever touched a trailer in front of me, Weaver's done something I've never seen anyone else do before. And that is they actually got out a torque wrench and torqued the lug nuts. Now, I talked with the guy who did the work. He said everything that's on these trailers that has a torque spec, they put a torque wrench on. They don't just give it a ugga-dugga, and call it a day. Now, I'm not saying giving it a couple ugga-duggas is a bad thing. If you're on the side of the road, I don't have an 8-foot torque wrench. Because apparently the wheel studs on these Shipshes are 500 pounds. Or what I've always done with my 3/4 impact or my 1-inch impact is I just give it a ugga-dugga. But to say this, I will say that it impressed me that they did that. I haven't seen that done. So Eric at On Site is the guy who would deal with my winch work. 100%. Any fabrication and any more stuff that I have done to this trailer, because I got plans. I'm probably going to keep the trailer. As much as I had plans to sell the thing, I'm probably going to keep it. Because there's some stuff I want to do. But I'm going to have Weaver do it. And Weaver showed me a picture of lack of a weld. That was on my toolbox mount from Absolute. There'll be a whole video on that deal later on. Probably in a month or 2, because it's going to take... Going to Anchorage, for those of you, I know someone's going to ask. On my bill rating, it's 3,750 miles. So, and for those of you going to ask, well, what's the rate? Well, the rate is what it is. It's better. It's paying more than campers coming out of Indiana, but less than a dedicated guy who's on a dedicated route. Do I think that the pay should be more? I do. Not because, we're going to Anchorage. Just because between here and Anchorage, there's some spots where fuel's going to be $7 a gallon. But the agent did kick in a little bit more money, so I'm appreciative of that for this trip. Of course, now when I go out, when I come back, I got border crossings, all that stuff. I'm going to do my best. I can't guarantee it, but I'm going to do my best to do a breakdown on this trip to Alaska. So that those of you who want to make this bucket list trip know what you're going in store for. I'm going to take some pictures, figure out how to put that up, make a collage or whatever you call it of that. But yeah, I'm going to do the best I can while I can of Alaska. I am stoked that not everything's covered in ice. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, anyway. I'm definitely going to say that Weaver Trailer Repair has impressed me with the work that they do, and how they do their work, how they conduct their business. They call you, hey, we got your trailer in, this is what we found, this is roughly what it's going to cost. Do you want us to proceed? Never heard that from anybody else. I did have a strap on the deck of the trailer, and when they were re-welding one of the Absolute's brackets, the heat cut that bracket or that strap in half. They didn't tell me in person, maybe because they forgot, because they are busy. They got a little bitty shop and they are busy. But they did note it in the work order, and they did deduct the cost of a strap off of the bill. So hey, I'll take that all day long. It's not like I have any shortage of straps. I could choke a horse with straps. So anyway, this thing's gone on long enough. Appreciate y'all for liking and subscribing to this little old channel. I know there's going to be bits and pieces up there that I won't have service, but I will try to even put up a short here or there while I'm up there. So anyway, as always, y'all be safe. Y'all be good. Shit, wrong button.